All right, guys. Well, league champions again. Congratulations, I suppose. Record number of goals as well. So, it's nothing to sneeze at. But we've got to be better in these big knockout games. It's absolutely killing us, and it just makes it all a little bit flat, I think. But what's that, Armstrong? Training tomorrow to make sure we improve next season. Mate, we just won the league. The night I've got planned, we won't even be home tomorrow. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Season 13, Episode 12 of The Impossible Dream at H&W Welders as we look to win the Champions League with our Northern Irish club. And today we end what has been a horrid episode, Season 13 I should say, against Coleraine in the league. You can see we have already been crowned champions, so that's nice. We have 99 points, so we can go over 100 points for... how many times have we done that? We did it last season, didn't we? Because we set a points record. Did we do it the year before that? We did. So for the third season in a row, we can go over the 100-point mark. So that's something, I suppose. But yeah, Season 13 has not been lucky for us. It's been anything but lucky for us, unfortunately. So hopefully we can finish on a high. You can see here, McDade is going to win the Golden Boot yet again. But unfortunately, it's not going to be anything more than that. Because if we have a look at the medical centre, McDade has had his season ended by a sports hernia. So yeah, 35 and out for him. But still, a wonderful season. 35 goals. It's the worst season he's had in the last 3-4, if I could count. So that tells a story. 35 goals is apparently a disappointing season for McDade. So he's just a wonderful player, isn't he? 199 league goals in his career as well. Could have got the 200 this season, but not quite to be. Then it's also going to be our end of season awards today, so we'll see who you guys voted as your player of the year, and also, of course, goal of the season as well. So a lot to look forward to as we round out season number 13. But before we get to that, we do have to catch up on what's happened in the league since last episode. Of course, we crashed out so disappointingly to Larne in the Cup. We then had to play them in the league. Let's see if we can get some revenge in that. We fell behind early, but rescued a point thanks to Key and Scully. So, we were poor again in this one. You'll notice a different formation. I'm toying around with what we do in Europe next year. And basically what I've come up to, we might as well talk about this now briefly, is with these two holding midfielders, we beat Manchester United. The only reason we went away from it is because Reznicek wasn't a natural in the position. So I'm using the end of the season to train him in the position, basically. We'll use the next season's pre-season as well. And if we can get him playing as natural or as close to natural as we can get in that position, I don't know why I moved away. I moved away from it because Reznicek wasn't a natural in the position. So yeah, my thought process is Reznicek and Thompson. We'll go with them there next season. We'll probably move Armstrong a little bit further forward. But yeah, that was the thought process. But we were poor again in this one. We didn't get any revenge. And, we didn't actually win the league in this one either. Next up, it was Glentoran. Let's see how that went. We took a first half lead when McLean's flick-on was finished by McDade. And secured the points in the second half thanks to McLean. So we were below our best, but we did get the job done. Now, a name that came up twice there was McLean. If you're wondering, I have shown you, but we have come across him before. I think I've shown him to you before, but he came through our academy, a young prospect, higher than average of potential ability. So we're going to try and give him as much game time as we can at the end of the season here. A goal and an assist in this one, so he did quite well. So that's good. And the other name that might be new to you is Weatherup, Ryan Weatherup, the fullback. Again, a youngster that came through our academy. Again, higher than average potential ability, so we're gonna try and give him as much game time as we can. But as far as a fullback goes, a good tackle up. Gonna have a decent cross on him, you would imagine, if that continues to develop. So I think he could be a useful little player for us. So we're going to, as I said, just give him as much game time as we can here at the end of the season. He has been playing quite well in the reserves. And this was also the game where we clinched the league title, so congratulations to us. Next up, we played the other Glen. It was Glenavon, so let's see how that went. We went ahead in the first half when Lake squared it for McCracken. And we're 2-0 up at half-time through Scully. Glenavon pulled one back just after the break. But we restored our lead when Reznicek picked out McCracken for his second. Glenavon pulled the lead back again. But McCracken's solo effort stealed the points and his hat-trick. So we did play better in that one. We struggled to kill them off a little bit, just keep letting them back into the game. But McCracken up front with a hat-trick was very, very good indeed. A player that I think, well, I've been looking to get him into the team for looking to sign him, I should say, get him to the club for a while. He's 19 now, and, well, he showed that he does have what it takes, I think, in this one. So hopefully we'll see more of him next season. But again, Weather up at right back did fine. There was nothing particularly wrong that he did. So yeah, that was that. The final game to catch you up on was our final home game of the season against Linfield. So let's see if we could finish at Tillysburn on a high. We took the lead when Burian crossed for Jacob Gill. But Linfield were level at half-time. Armstrong slipped Gill through to restore our advantage. And Ellis crossed for McLean to make it 3-1. Though Linfield ensured a nervous end to the match. So we really should have won this game more comfortably than we did, but in the end we did get the 3 points. Gill up front had a good one with a double. McLean again impressing. Burian got the game at right back. He is another of the youngsters. This of course the Czech Republic youngster that we got. What did we pay for him? 50 odd grand, wasn't it? 52 grand. So yeah, I mean he's and again another one that is coming through. And the other player we gave a chance to this one is Amstadter, who is the backup goalkeeper, and not assuming, but if we were to lose Zanetti this summer, he would come in and be the number one for next season. So we're taking this opportunity to give him some game time at the end of the year as well. So that was everything in terms of the league campaign that you missed out on, and that is how we got to where we are today. But let's get to this game. We're playing Coleraine, and we're expecting a 5-3-2 formation from them. This is the team that we're sending out. Now, there's a few players here that are a little bit tired, which is why we're not seeing the likes of Armstrong, who is actually tired. So it's going to be Amstadter in goal. It's Ellis, Potoknik, Vogler, and Weatherup as the back four. Resnashek and Tomo in midfield. Again, just trialing or getting used to playing like this, because I think this is what we're going to do in Europe next year. McLean, Napoleon, and McKay. McCracken goes up top after his hat-trick. And we're going to have a bench of Lewis, Burian, Ozioma, McQuaid, Brady, and Turpey, and we'll try and get a couple of these youngsters on in the second half. Okay, so we can see the team sheets here. Curtis Coyle, who of course we had in our centre of our defence for a few seasons there. Glenn Murray as well, who was in our midfield for a while, wasn't he? But they're the only two names I recognise in their lineup. I don't know, boys. Just who are the favourites? All right, let's do that then. Theo apparently knows how to do a team talk. Well done, Theo. So for one last time in Season 13, let's get this underway. I don't know. I don't know what gone wrong this year. It's been disappointing. I know a couple of you guys were saying don't particularly care about the domestic cups. Not that I mean it's not. It doesn't make it a bad season or anything. But obviously, well, I'm assuming you guys are the same. I just expect to win it now. So that's a little bit disappointing, but the thing is that we've won the league quite comfortably. We're able to give some of the youngsters a chance here. McKay puts a header just past the post, and we're going to have to make some difficult decisions this summer, I think. I'm starting to think, well, we need to do a bit of a clear out where we can. Now, I'm sort of torn between whether we just try and sell off. I'm thinking players like, for example, Up Richard, who we haven't really used that much this year, and when I have used him, it's more just because I feel like I need to use him. McLean! Oh, that was just over the bar. So I'm wondering if someone like that, if we sell them, and especially with Ozioma coming through as well, who is potentially a better player than what Up Richard is, or I'm wondering if we try and loan out for fees and maybe bring some extra money in the club that way. And then, of course, we can always sell down the line once they get to the last year of their contract. Good block there by Resnashek. It sends Napoleon free. Now, does he have anybody with him? There should be somebody up there, surely. It's blocked away. McCracken should pick that up. Oh, was there a ball through to McLean there? But McKay has it. A little bit of space down the left-hand side. He gets into the penalty area. He goes to go himself, and it's hit the bar, has it? Or was it I'm not quite sure what happened there. It might have been a save, it looks like. Napoleon to take the corner. Back post. Header away. And is McKay going to get to that? Kind of. Oh, don't. Is he going to get a booking? I don't think he did get a booking. I'm not sure if he's a booking away from a suspension or not. We know he's back next year, along with Lake and Scully as well. So that's good to get that done early. Resnicek goes past one. Ball forward for McKay. Can McKay find the back of the net? Of course he can. 16th goal of the season for Marty McKay. And that is 1-0, 26 minutes gone. Nice ball from Resnicek. He's starting to get his... If you remember back a little bit earlier this season, he was just starting to really find his form and he got that injury. I think he had a stress fracture or something. I can't remember exactly what it was now, but it was relatively serious. He was out for a fair amount of time. And it was taking him a little bit of time to re-find his form after he came back. But he is just beginning to look like he might be doing that. And again, playing him in this new position, we just need him to get comfortable there, and then hopefully in Europe next year we'll see the benefit of that. What do we want to say? Just don't get complacent, I suppose, and see how we go here. Yeah. Potoknik is somebody that I think we're going to... I'm thinking of using him more next season as in the European team. He's quite good. The thing that I don't like... I mean, the thing is, I'm sort of struggling to talk here, aren't I? I don't know if the defensive errors that we make where we see players get caught out sort of in behind and things like that, I don't know if that's something that all defenders, or it's just the way we're playing and we have to not expect it, but I guess accept it maybe, or if it is that the players aren't quite good enough. So yeah, if you guys have any thoughts on that, there's a great ball to find McKay. We've got McLean at the back post. McCracken's in there as well. McCracken's been pushed to the ground. Silly foul, and Napoleon with a chance from the penalty spot. And if this goes in, McCracken's only playing a 6.4. We've got Turpie on the bench. We might make that change. Not that McCracken's done necessarily badly. And, well, with Napoleon getting his goal, we might take him off and get McQuaid on for him. Still club captain, of course, McQuaid. I'm trying to keep him involved as much as possible so that he still has that respect in the dressing room. Because he does still, I mean, he puts out fires for me, and he's not at domestic level, he's not a bad player at all. And this is the thing too with, we look at our youth intake, McQuaid, who we've seen dominate the league at times, is a 1.5 star player for us now. So those kids that are coming through our youth intake, the 2-star potential, 3-star potential might look disappointing, but actually if they live up to that potential, good ball through for McLean, but straight at the goalkeeper with the shot. If they do come through and play up to that potential, they are still, potentially very good players at the domestic level for us. So it's not necessarily as disappointing as it looks. It's just the level that we've taken ourselves to. It just means that they look a bit disappointing compared to the other players that we have or we can get into the club. Here comes Coleraine forward now with about 9 minutes to play. What we don't really want is McKay to get himself sent off. And speaking of McLean, he's looking a little bit tired. We do have Brady on the bench. Have I made 1 or 2 subs? That's not the best defending. Offside. And that's kind of what I mean about Potoknik as well. And just the defence in general. Is it sort of the way that we're playing? Am I not training them properly? But do we need to do, say, defensive training? But there we go. We end the season on somewhat of a high, I suppose, with a 2-0 win at Coleraine. That's not a great performance, but, it got the job done, I suppose. It's a little bit how the end of the season has gone, to be honest. I haven't been too bothered. I don't think the players have been either. Linfield and Larne draw on the final day, so Linfield comes second, Larne third, Coleraine fourth. And let's hope that they all do a decent job in Europe for us next season to help with that coefficient. So McKay, with man of the match. And it is almost 600 grand in the bank. Finances are looking okay ahead of the new season. 20 million. We should get a little bit more from Champions League when that wraps up. We've got 60% transfer revenue all the way through now, which is good because it was dropping down quite severely, and potentially 6 million as a minimum. Well, not potentially, it should be 6 million as a minimum to spend in the summer, which of course will be next episode with the summer transfer special. But guys, wait right there. We've won the league. Let's go rejoice, let's say, in that at the end of season awards, and then of course we'll have goal of the season as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the H&W Welders end of season awards. Thank you everybody Thank you so much. Thank you, and welcome to the end of season awards for our H&W Welders. It's been a weird season, hasn't it? I mean, in theory, we've won the league. We've scored a record number of goals. Doing so, we gave a decent account of ourselves in the Champions League. We took points off Dortmund and Inter. So, yeah, but obviously it's disappointing, isn't it, not to have gone any further than we did with the whole debacle against Marseille. But the players, it is their fault, but they tried their best. So let's give them all a big round of applause and hope that next season we just go a little bit better. So well done, boys, but we need to improve. Congratulations, though. So the first award this evening is the Golden Pen for this season's signing of the year. And, it was, I tell you what, a good year for signings, I thought. Quite a few good guys came in. But this one maybe didn't quite hit the heights for as long as I would have liked, but certainly did hit some heights. He cost us £59,000. The winner is Daniel Reznicek. The next award is the Golden Card, awarded to the player this season with the worst discipline. And this guy impressed me immensely, particularly at the end of the season when the rest of the team around him was collapsing in a heap. But 11 yellow cards is a well-deserved accolade for what this guy did. So the winner of the Golden Card this year is our centre-back, Joe Kidd. The next award is the Golden Bullseye, awarded to the player with the best pass completion. And this guy, he wins the award every season, and his pass completion just keeps getting better and better. It's almost like he's trying to convince me I need to play him more. So with an incredible 96% pass completion, the winner is another centre-back. It's Nathan Lewis. The next award is the Golden Spoon, awarded to the player who feeds the strikers, the man with the most assists. And this year we actually had a dead heat with 16 assists, but this man wins on account of having played less games. So the 16 assists winner is Anthony Armstrong. The next award is the Golden Anchor, awarded to that man we can rely on, the player with the average highest match rating. And this guy probably didn't play against Lens and Marseille in those terrible, terrible defeats. But with an average match rating of 7.70, the winner is, he's back next year again, it's Dylan Lay. The next award is the Golden Cross from the medical department, awarded to this season's most injured player. And, we snapped up this guy last summer, and what I thought was a bargain at the time, but I'm beginning to understand perhaps why we got him so cheap. With 41% of the season missed, the winner is our striker, Brian McManus. The next award is the Golden Soother, awarded to the baby of the team, this season's best young player. And it really annoys me when people in their 23 for this guy are winning this award. But I guess technically they qualify, so I'll stop complaining eventually. But he was wonderful this season. He does deserve some sort of recognition. So the Golden Soother for this season's best young player is Anthony Armstrong. The next award is one of the big ones. It's the Golden Boot for this season's top goal scorer. And, 35 goals this guy got, and that's disappointing. It tells a story, doesn't it? The Golden Boot, as ever, goes to the incredible Aaron McDade. And now it's time for the Coaches Award for a moment this season that deserves some sort of recognition. Now, I couldn't possibly single out a single player this season. It would be unfair to do so. So the horse's ass goes to the entire team that faced Marseille in the second leg. You embarrassed yourselves, you embarrassed me, and you ruined our season. Congratulations. And now it's time to award this season's Viewers Player of the Year. I want to thank everybody who nominated and voted. It is greatly appreciated by everybody involved with the club. But this season, there was just one man that you wanted to see get the award, and he collected 100% of the vote. And that man is Anthony Armstrong. What they're saying to you, Anthony, is don't leave this summer, I believe. Yeah, we'll get you a new contract. Don't worry about that. Now, before we get to the big one and award this season's even player of the season, we do need to take a moment to acknowledge the team of the year. So if you just direct your eyes up to the board, you will see that the goalkeeper, as ever, is Zayanetti. The back four is Ellis, Martin, Vogler, and Hill. The midfield duo is Miss Kelly and Atwell. The wingers are Lake and Scully. The number 10 is Armstrong. And the striker is, of course, Aaron McDade. Congratulations, guys. You've all had wonderful, wonderful seasons. Well done. And the final award this evening is the Golden Star for this season's Player of the Year. And as we know, this club loves a goalkeeper for some reason, and that doesn't change this year. So the Golden Star is well deserved. It goes to another player that the fans are trying to tell you, mate, don't leave this summer. It's Andre Zayanetti. So there we go. Congratulations to Andrea and the rest of the winners this evening. It's been, as I said at the top, a disappointing season in many ways, but we are league champions. We have set a goal-scoring record, and, well, we are still amongst Europe's elite, which is nice, isn't it? So it's going to be a busy summer, I think, at Tillysburn. I look forward to seeing you all back there next season, and hopefully we will do a little bit better and not have these sort of flat games that we've got a bit of a habit of getting right now. But enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, everybody watching at home and in the auditorium, and I will see you again next season. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Good night. So there we go, end of season awards are done for another year. Congratulations to Zayanetti, who continues goalkeepers continue to win player of the season at this club. But let's have a quick look and see a quick review of the season here. So signings in: Lewis was a B signing, Vogler was a C signing, Kidd, who I thought was absolutely brilliant. He was an A+, very, very happy with him, and so is the board. Amstadter, time will tell on him if he's a good signing or not. Atwell, I thought he did well when he did play an A+. The board like him as well. Abbott, I mean, I'm not sure what we'll do with him for next season. He was a little bit of a disappointment for me personally. I didn't think he ever really played well consistently. We're paying him $9,500 a week, and he needs to, well, not be disappointing me on that sort of money. Burian, a B- signing. Resnashek, who was signing of the year. It's a good year for signings, actually, isn't it? He was a B+. Tomo, I mean, it's a big fee, isn't it? Potentially 3.2 million. It's not quite that much yet, but the board don't like that. Ozioma, I think time will tell again if he's a good signing or not. Baji, yeah, I mean, he wasn't bad, but I don't know if he's going to make it. Monahan was good whenever he played. McManus, a bit of a sick note, as luck would have it. McCracken, I think, has showed signs, and Lutit, he did what we needed him to do in Europe for the most part, but he'll be off next season. In terms of those that went out, no one has excelled. But, yeah, I mean, at least some of them, or at least most of them are playing this time. Sometimes we send players out and they just never see a football pitch again. So that's good to see. Season results. We won the league, a B- for that. And that's probably fair enough, given that we weren't fantastic in the league, even if we did set some records in terms of goals. The Champions League just didn't quite happen for us. We sort of finished strongly, but we didn't start well enough, did we, to get out of that group? And the Europa League, what a massive disappointment that was. The All-Ireland, speaking of disappointments, the Champions Cup, we got done in that as well. The Peaky Blinders, we got done in that. The League Cup, we managed to win that, so that's something. We also won the Antrim Shield, which is a nice little bonus, and of course the Tunix Caramel Wafer Cup, we managed to win that as well. Now, moments to remember, the biggest win was an 8-0 against Wakehurst. Those poor, we shouldn't do that to teams, that's just mean, isn't it? Match to remember was the 6-0 against Ballymena United, and the goal of the season was Napoleon's won the goal against Linfield in the league. I think we saw that on the channel, didn't we? That was in the aftermath to the Marseille result, but we will, of course, be voting on that ourselves momentarily. The finances, we've sold 61 shirts. It's a bit of a guess, isn't it? McDade, Armstrong, I'm going to guess that is. Brady, Zayanetti, and Resnachek, yes, are the top shirt sales there. and we can see all the other finances. A little bit down because we didn't go as far in Europe. I'm assuming that is down to how we lined up team of the season. Now, this tends to be drawn from the league, in which case it's difficult to argue too much with any of it. It's difficult to argue too much with any of it anyway, I think, but that is what it is. And the accolades: Zanetti was the fans player of the year, Armstrong the young player of the year, Resnicek the signing. We'll come back to goal of the season, as I said. McDade was the top goal scorer. Armstrong was the top assist getter. McDade won the most man of the match awards. Lake with the highest average match rating, and Resnicek with the William McQuaid award for most passes completed per 90 minutes with 65. And we can see the other records that were broken. McQuaid added to his appearance record. McDade added to his goals record. Johnny Robinson, the young centre-back, became our youngest ever player, and then kind of became a bit of a disappointment, if I'm honest. Can we offer him a permanent, a big boy contract? No, we can't. And Adam Thompson became the highest transfer fee with 1.9 million, which is what it currently stands at. So 4 trophies, not the end of the world, but certainly not the greatest season we've ever had either, was it? Let's go and have a quick look here. What else we have? Season performance. We were expected to score 113 goals. We scored 141, 102 points, but we were expected to win the league either way, so that's fine. Club vision and meeting. We do have training facility upgrades that are coming this summer. We've already had them approved, and that should be done, as I said, through the summer. Playoff minimum. Well, we should be in the group stage, win the league, and nothing else matters, to quote a band. And we can see the Metallica. Nothing else matters. That's Metallica, isn't it? Anyway, it's McQuaid, McDade, and Zanetti as the team leaders still, which is good. We've got a nice little. We do have a nice dressing room going, I think, at this point. New season team report. We can come back to that more in next episode, summer transfer special. But that is what we see there. Look at these weaknesses. We really are, considering when we took over how many weaknesses there were. The injury report, it was McManus and his broken ankle that took in the Golden Cross for most injured player. And that's everything else that is done there. Jack Butland is a goalkeeping coach. He can go and get a coaching badge. He's not a bad coach, actually. So that is that. Now that brings us, of course, to, and the season team meeting, we'll do that off camera, to goal of the season. I'll put it down here, the overall 11. I'm not sure how I feel about Cugbo as a centre-back, but anyway, as I said, brings us to goal of the season. Now, the way this will work is that the Napoleon goal plus 3 others I deem worthy will be available to vote upon. A little bit like Player of the Year. If you go down to the top of the description, there'll be a link that takes you through to a straw poll. Click on that and vote for which goal you think is your favourite. But until next time, guys, if you have enjoyed it, make sure you hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. We'll have a summer transfer special next time. It's going to be an interesting one. I need to have a big think about what my approach is going to be. Let me know what you think about going back to the 2 holding midfielders. As I said, we beat Manchester. We should have beaten Manchester United twice, arguably, playing that way. So I think if we go back to that, we should be more solid defensively, if nothing else. I need to have a think about what my strategy is going to be, where we need to improve, who we need to improve with, all those kinds of things. Do we sell players or do we look to loan out for fees? Any thoughts you have on that, guys, let me know as well. But I'll see you next time. Enjoy goal of the season. And, we'll try again next year. Take care. And here are our top 4 goals from the 32-33 season. Don't forget to vote for your favourite.